what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. Excuse me. So today we're doing the what's next on Isaac Cruz, or Isaac Cruz, whatever you want to call him, as he returned on Sunday, September 4th on a Fox pay-per-view undercard. He was actually the co-feature and scored a dominant third-round knockout victory over Eduardo Ramirez, former world title challenger. Cruz is just on a, he's really on fire with these last two knockout wins over Davis. Since the Davis fight, he has two big knockout wins. The first was over Yuri Gamboa back in April, and now he returns with a knockout win over Eduardo Ramirez. So now the big question is, what's next for Isaac Cruz as he moves forward? We're going to run through the top 10 and see what the possibilities could be. So let's get started. We start with number one, undisputed champion Devin Haney. Not going to happen. Haney's fighting Kambosos in October, and then likely fighting Vasily Lomachenko. As long as Lomachenko defeats Ortiz, he's going to fight Lomachenko in the first half of next year. And it's also, different promoters and stuff like that. So this one, not going to happen. Then you got George Kambosos Jr. Well, Kambosos is fighting Haney in his next fight. I don't think he's going to win. And he also fights, has ties with DAZN or ESPN. I don't even know who he has ties with. But, it's not to completely rule the fight out. But if he's coming off of back-to-back losses to Kambosos, is he really going to want to fight Isaac Cruz, who's a dangerous puncher? I don't see it, so I don't think him and Kambosos is possible. Teofimo Lopez has moved up to 140 now, so we don't even need to go there. Vasily Lomachenko. Loma is is fighting Jermaine Ortiz in October, and then he almost for sure is going to fight the Haney Kambosos winner in the first half of next year. So not seeing this one. Tank Davis. This is maybe the most realistic fight in the top 10, and a rematch with Davis makes a lot of sense. I mean, he was calling Davis out at the fight. Davis said no, and then a couple days later, Davis came out and said that he would, if the money was right, he wouldn't mind rematching with Cruz. What that tells me is that we know Davis and Ryan Garcia, looks like they want to fight each other, but maybe the negotiations aren't going the way, the way they want. So Davis is kind of keeping his options open, which he should. And I don't think it's a bad idea, if Davis is a PBC guy, I don't think it's a bad idea to lock horns with Isaac Cruz again, because that was a really good fight, and it was just last December. It was a really good fight. Davis supposedly injured his hands, but he did not score a definitive win there. It was a close, unanimous decision. I don't think most people are saying that Cruz got robbed, but it was definitely competitive and close. And if Cruz is the only other bigger name option in the PBC, then, and the first fight was close, then why not fight again? I think there is a demand for a rematch. Cruz has looked fantastic to sell himself in his two fights since then. And he's just got that attractive style that a lot of people are going to tune in to watch. So if I'm Davis and the Ryan Garcia fight falls through, which I most feel, I think there's a big contingent of fans that feel like that's probably going to happen. We're probably not going to see Davis and Ryan. Then I think this one makes a lot of sense for both guys, a rematch between the two. So I think it's possible. We'll see what happens. Then there's Ryan Garcia. Well, this fight's been discussed, but because they're with rival networks, it doesn't look likely that they're going to get together. I mean, they discussed it already. We all thought it could happen, and then nothing came from it. So I don't see Ryan and Isaac Cruz being possible next. Then there's Jojo Diaz. Well, Diaz is fighting William Cepeda at the end of October. He's also a DAZN guy. I really would like this fight. I think it's the styles clash very well, but I don't think the promotions are going to get together with Diaz being a Golden Boy guy on DAZN and Cruz being a PBC guy on Showtime and stuff. So sadly, don't see that one. Then you got Zaur Abdullayev, the guy who knocked out Jorge Linares. You know, not going to completely rule that out, but Abdullayev does seem like kind of a threat, and he's not directly tied to the PBC, so why bring an outside guy in if you're not 100% sure that Cruz is going to beat him? It doesn't make sense, or if it's not a big-time fight. So, not seeing that one. Javier Fortuna's coming off that brutal knockout loss to Ryan, so I don't think this one would be possible, or that it would make sense. Jorge Linares, former 3-division champ. I just think stylistically it's a bad matchup. Not to say Cruz wouldn't be the favorite or be able to win. It's just I think he'd have to work hard. And again, he's, you know, Linares is coming off of a loss. Why risk going against a guy coming off a loss if he's not, you know, doesn't have a big name and he's not with the same promotion? And then, you know, Richard Comey has already moved up in weight. Jeremiah Nakathila is with the top rank, so I'm not seeing that. And Gustavo Lemos, in my opinion, is too much of a risk because, you know, he's not a PBC guy. He's a heavy hitter. So there are other possibilities outside of the top 10, like maybe Michel Rivera, who's fighting, I think, on the Wilder Hellenius undercard. But he's a guy that, you know, has been linked to Tank Davis. So if for some reason Cruz doesn't get that fight with Davis, I think a fight with a guy like Michel Rivera, but I think Rolly Romero would make a lot of sense. Both those guys were competitive against Tank. Both of them lost. And, you know, Romero can sell a fight. If he's down to come back against Cruz, why not go after a fight like that? You know, I mean, so I think Cruz is going to have options. I don't think the PBC is going to be able to hold him down from a marquee fight, but I think his desired fight is the rematch with Tank Davis. And so I think that's definitely possible if the Ryan and Tank fight falls through. And then I also could see, like I said, Rolly Romero or Michel Rivera as one of his next two opponents. So we'll see what happens, but that's the what's next on the former world title challenger, Isaac Cruz, after his dominant third-round knockout win over Eduardo Ramirez on Sunday, September 4th. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.